A clean bird bath can be ignored for reasons we do not see at first. The birds are not missing it, they are studying it. Even fresh water can feel wrong in the wrong place. The answer often begins at the edge. From a bird's view, open lawn can feel much bigger than it looks. A cautious bird may begin the trip and still turn back. The quietest clue is sometimes the water that never moves. Birds often trust rough edges before pretty ones. The bath is not bad, it is simply standing alone. Deep-looking water can make a small bird pause. The safest route is often curved, covered, and close to escape. The issue is not the water, it is the whole approach. Once you see the gap, the whole yard changes. Even bolder birds often inspect before they trust. The porch routine may be steady, but the birds keep their own schedule. By noon, the bath is still perfect and still unused. A bird may accept ugly water if the footing feels certain. A used bath leaves tiny signs behind. Small birds read water through edges, cover, and escape. The birds have already given the answer in pieces. A rounded rim can look handsome and still give little grip. Before crossing, a small bird checks the escape route. If the bottom disappears, a bird may not trust the bowl. A bright bird at the edge can still be a cautious bird. Height can help visibility, but it can also remove shelter. Birds like a route with pauses, not one long exposed jump. The best fix begins by watching what birds already do. The bath is surrounded by light, but birds often arrive through shadow. One passing shadow can confirm a bird's caution. After a scare, the clean bowl feels even farther away. Sometimes the first test should be lower and simpler. Moving water closer to cover can change the whole invitation. Now the yard offers two very different kinds of water. The safer edge does not rush them, but it changes where they wait. A cautious bird may need several small yeses before one landing. A nearby perch can make water feel less like a leap. A rough, low edge gives small feet something to believe. Larger birds notice the same clues, just at their own pace. A safer route bends through cover instead of crossing open grass. The change is small, but the meaning is large. The next morning, the yard gives the birds a different question. Close cover turns one long risk into a few short steps. A cautious visit can vanish at the smallest sound. A floating leaf can reveal what the eye needs to know. Some birds test with their whole body ready to leave. Even a helpful yard still belongs to wild birds. Sometimes the kindest action is stepping back. The yard goes quiet before it goes brave. Cover is not just hiding, it is a place to decide. The first landing is often beside the water, not in it. A low edge lets a bird keep control. Birds can see the difference before they touch it. A robin may come closer only after the yard feels less open. One loud arrival can send smaller birds back to cover. The good setup waits. It does not force the moment. Birds may use water sooner when the watcher gives them room. The first touch may last less than a heartbeat. Sometimes one small ripple is the first sign of trust. Look for the evidence after the bird is gone. A safer edge, shallow water, and nearby cover made the difference. The old question remains, can the main bath be made safer too? In bright light, a deep bowl can look even less inviting. Birds prefer water they can read. Once birds find a safer route, they often return to it. Different birds may use the same clue in different ways. The tall bath still asks for one big commitment. To a small bird, even a few inches can look like a pond. Stones can make depth visible and offer a safer edge. A broken surface is easier to judge than a dark bowl. The same bath now gives the eye more information. A bird that refused yesterday may inspect again today. Fixing the bowl does not always fix the place. The bath is better, but it is still standing alone. A little cover nearby can offer a pause without hiding the water. The route now has a pause between cover and water. A pause point can turn a refusal into a closer look. A visible stone gives the eye and the foot a safer target. Watch the body. Trust often appears before the sip. One careful ripple is enough to prove the setup has changed. The same bowl tells a different story now. The reward is often quiet enough to miss. One visit does not make the bath suddenly crowded. Some birds may keep choosing the lower, quieter option. A small bird may use the bath only for a second. Birds sometimes learn by watching the yard, not by watching us. A better setup helps, but every bird still decides for itself. A useful bird bath may be quiet most of the day. A shallower level can make the stones work better. Simple clues can show whether the water looks readable. Even a better bath may wait through the brightest part of the day. Later, shade can make the same place feel calmer. The final approach often comes when several small things line up. The shrub still matters even when the bath is better. Clean water still matters, but it is only one part of the invitation. When the yard stays predictable, birds may come back sooner. Look for the 4 clues: edge, depth, cover, and calm. The difference is not expensive, it is readable. From bird height, the route finally looks possible. The marks are small, but they change the story. The bath did not need to be prettier. It needed to feel safer. Tomorrow morning, the same yard may look different to you. The robin approaches differently now. One bird's yes may still be another bird's wait. The safer edge gives the robin a place to stand. A single ripple can be the whole answer. The watcher does nothing, and that is part of why it works. Even after trust, birds stay wild. When the bird is gone, the lesson remains. Empty is not always ignored once you know what to look for. The small detail was never small to the bird. A good backyard note begins with what the birds refused to do. If your birds ignored a new bird bath, tell us what finally made them trust it.